Hi guys. Don't really feel any spirits coming on around me tonight. I'm feeling quite quiet. Everything's going on quiet around here. Um uh the real reason I wanted to come on is I'm after actually watching something the most cutest thing I've ever watched ever. It was a live stream of a black cat, and she was having her little kitties, and she had five of them so far, and they were the cutest little things. And hi Melissa. I just thought it was the cutest little things that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. The cat herself, she was a feral cat, so it was really strange to see her so calm and quiet. But hi Rena. So it was really strange to see a feral cat so calm and at peace, giving birth to her babies with a stranger taking care of her. It was like it's just really cute. Cutest live I've watched in a long time. I didn't watch it all. I just watched for the first five babies to come out, and they're all the spit of her. Um, what else would I like to say? Nothing else really. I'm just excited about that little cat. Um, so as I said at the start, I don't really feel any spirits around me tonight. I'm feeling quiet in my head and in my heart, so I don't know if anything specific will happen. Also, oh yeah, I do spirit. That's my main thing is spiritual readings, spiritual meditation, spiritual readings, do all that sort of stuff, and a lot of research into MK Ultra, um, Project Looking Glass, Project um, uh, Monarch, uh, all of those sorts of things regarding famous people and just ordinary people, and twins that were separated at birth, and if they've come um, the same as each other. Right, okay. The one comes to mind which has been proven quite a bit, but not fully, and I think it's Jeffrey Dahmer. Um, let's see. Yeah, I think it's Jeffrey Dahmer. I'd have to look it up again. But if you look at Jeffrey Dahmer and Bill Clinton when they were at the same age, um, they're identical, and their date of birth is pretty much around the same time and that sort of thing. But nobody has proven whether it was Bill Clinton or whether it was Jeffrey Dahmer and Bill Clinton were twins. But there is a connection there. They could be cousins, God knows, but there is a connection there between the two of them. And well, they both had a kind of sadistic kind of mindset as well. As we know, Jeffrey Dahmer, what he did, and Bill Clinton wasn't all that nice to women either. So that kind of thing. But spiritual mediumship really has been my one main thing because, um, okay, I'm going to go back and read all the chat. I've I'm an awful person, right? Because I see my mediumship is in pictures and stuff like that. I don't look at the phone. I tend to either close my eyes or I look away from the phone. Even when I'm doing it in person, I read the cards, I read angel cards, tarot cards and Akashic records. They're cards that tell you what you agreed to in heaven before you were born, before you were conceived. You write these Akashic records and you agree to poverty, and you agree to uh, X amount of children or whatever, So you agree to these things happening to you during your life because they're to help you with your life experience, with your spiritual growth, would be a better way of putting it. When you go back to heaven after you pass away, your spiritual growth will have those emotions and feelings. So sometimes we come across people that are an old soul, and you'll know by them. Just they were there before. I they were around before. This isn't their first time on this earth. Well, that's actually true, because you will keep coming back to learn more lessons and more lessons. You will come back as a female, you will come back as a child, you will come back as a fetus that may have been miscarried, or a male, or you will come back in different lifetimes to experience what that life will be. So that is your Akashic records. I read those cards as well, of what you agreed to do in heaven before you were conceived. So I'm going to go back. As I said, I don't read comments. I'm terrible. So yeah, hi Michelle. I said hello to everyone else. Now, December. So right, spurs when they cross over. Um, some of them have a lot of learning to do. Um, they have to rest. So sometimes when someone comes to me for a reading, I can get the spirit blonde hair. I can get spirit fairly quickly. Um, I can get the spirit very quickly after passing, where they didn't want to. Um, they didn't want to. I'm sorry, I'm being distracted. Um, they didn't want to learn anything. They wanted to get back to their loved one, to give the message straight away to them, so as they wouldn't be hurting, to get the message to the person, and then they will do their resting for however length of time it is. Some people just go in and you mightn't hear from them for years. Me personally, I had a sister pass away when she was 21. I was 10, and I've only started seeing her recently in my mind's eye. Whereas I have a grandson who was stillborn, and he's 6 now. Well, he'll be 6 in October, and he has been in this house ever since. We were talking about him the other day in the sitting room with my partner, with his brother and sister that I never met before. And a stone, a little pebble, came from the ceiling. The wife went pale. She picked up the stone and she handed it to me, and I said, "Yeah, that's Aaron just telling us that he's here with us." Um. So there it. I'd I'd say now what I'm feeling right now is a 7 year old, maybe tall for his age, maybe, but I do still feel the age 7. Um, blonde, but there was a car involved. Excuse me. Um, uh, I know here Kids aren't allowed to travel in the front of a car until they're over 12. But I'm not sure if this is a memory that was a favourite memory or whether this was what happened. Um, don't know anybody that wears black polo necks anymore either, which navy, black, dark green, kind of a dark colour, but I'm going towards more navy. But this to me seems further back than December. Um, Basically because of the haircut and the way the young boy is dressed, it seems to be back further than just December gone, if that makes sense. And I'm not sure if it's related to you or somebody else, but a memory is coming back from him saying that this would be, but this isn't how he passed. It would be a memory that would be, a memory that would have been loved and really liked while this person was here on this plane. Um, I'm going to leave the dog out of it for a moment. There's a little white dog coming bouncing in, but I'm going to leave the little white dog for a moment because I don't think he's connected. Sorry, my tummy is rumbling. I'm not long after dinner, even though it's like very, very late here in Ireland. So I've closed my eyes. I'm going to try and get deeper into opening up the Kundalini lining. Your Kundalini wraps around your spine and it goes through all the chakras and it'll open your crown chakra to receive stronger messages. My teeth are chattering, but I feel really, really hot. Which is really weird because it kind of sounds a little bit like hypothermia, but overheating doesn't really make sense to me, really. And I'm even seeing the color red, which means overly hot but chattering. Hold on a minute, that could be temperature from an illness. Couldn't break the temperature. There's nothing really straight coming to me tonight, which is really, really odd. Like that little white dog was like a little oh god, a little fluffy fella. I'm really not a Bichon Frise or a fluffier little dog, a little fluffier fella, not Jack Russell or anything like that, but a fluffy little white dog was bouncing in after the young man in the car. Now the young man wasn't driving. Hold on a minute. He couldn't have been driving because he was so young. But he was in the passenger side on a side here on this side in Europe. because the man was driving and he was on the right hand side of the car. So it had to have been here and not in America or anywhere where they drive on the left hand side, because he was sitting in the left hand side of the car. And I'm only after realizing that now, that it wasn't on the right hand side, which is where passengers sit in America. Beige trousers, navy polo neck, blonde, kind of a 70s, 80s shaggy cut hair. Not from this time, not from December, but further back. And this white dog is related to those two, the man and the young boy. Like, I'm seeing him as 7, but he looks like he's 12, if that makes sense. But he's not telling me how he passed. He's telling me this is a memory that he has. I'm asking him, how did you pass? And he's just given me a pain in my chest. Oh, and I'm feeling hot again. Was it an illness? Was it a virus? Was it something else that he had, that he got pneumonia from and then passed away from that? Not the illness itself. I'm not sure. I'm not reading the chat, so I haven't a clue what's being said. Okay, he's showing me his brown shoes. That's the whole let's say ensemble that he has on him at the moment. He's got his navy top, his beige corduroy trousers, his brown shoes. He's looking very dapper. It's definitely 70s, 80s look. And even the car, I can feel inside the car, it's very 70s, 80s look of a car. It's got the wooden kind of paneling and stuff. But that's all I'm seeing. I'm not seeing anything else got to do with that. And I'm going to close that down because I'm actually, from the heat that I'm feeling, I'm actually starting to sweat. So I'm going to close that one down. And hi Jen, how are you? Maybe I should have got the cards out, because that reading is certainly for somebody. I obviously not somebody that's in the chat at the moment, but it is definitely for someone. And I hope they do come in later on and get that from me. You alright, Dino? Yeah, I'm grand. So close that one down. And I'll see, can I find someone else to come forward that would be more clear, and for the people that are in the chat. I'm asking this woman, is she sure she wants to come through? Because I don't think she has much to say. Um, she's a bosomy woman, we'll say, but she has a cat, a black and white cat, and black hair, always smiling and laughing. Is there any message though? Is there anything I want to say? No, she's just rubbing her cat and she's smiling away to herself. Um, is there anybody else that would like to come forward and show themselves? Oh God, my stomach. You see, I'll tell you what is happening, right? From a person that I go to get um healing. When you have something like this, you have to go to a specialist to get healed. And while he's healing me, I see his spirits and they come out, and while they come out to talk to me, um all the evil spirits will leave my body, and he will entice them all out while I'm talking to his family and his people. So I am seeing his little boy. Um, he had twin boys, and one passed away, and it's what broke up his marriage. And I'm seeing that little boy playing with the little football. He's only he's only, I think, around 9 months. He wasn't a year old before he passed, and all he does is push the ball around. So I'm actually seeing him. I'm not actually seeing anybody else. Only, so I wonder, am I meant to be getting healing myself soon? Probably, because of all the things that I've let in the last trial and spoke of in the last trial. So no, I don't think I can. There's nothing really. I think I must have to go and get some sort of healing. Oh, my Dexcom is telling me my blood sugars are high. Um, there was something I wanted to talk about with Melissa about the different clones. I should have wrote it down at the time because I can't remember it now. Um, yes, Jen, I'd say I do. You know how much I do behind the scenes and everything that goes on, so you know that there is stuff, and I probably do need to go to him to get healing. Whether he's doing it after COVID or not, yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll find out. But there was something. Oh God, my chest. Can't remember what that was either. God, my brain. I must have rattled my head and everything fell out. wasn't about the Britney Spears because she's seen the video about Britney Spears after. But there is so much different things that do go on in Hollywood. They're not even calling them the elites anymore. They're just calling them a cult, where everybody would have called them the elites up until recently. They're all. I always pick up on you, Jane. Um. Uh. If only I could remember. I'm gonna have to start writing down things. Um. There was the Britney Spears thing. There was um. Jesus, even that isn't even coming to me. I think himself must have put something into my latte because I'm ready to fall asleep. Um, I'm sorry that I couldn't get that young boy, but he probably will come at a later date. No, I know he will come at a later date. Um, and this is the first time I've had new people in the audience in the chat, so um, maybe spirits are just a little bit shy tonight. I don't know. They're just not coming to me. Even my own friends aren't coming to me tonight. Half started. Well, at least you have them half started. Um, so I think now it's just me and you, Jen. I'll probably pick up on all of your people now. I'll let her know. I'll tell her that. She won't be impressed, but I'll tell her that. And she'll probably show me a nice little shoe, a nice little court shoe that would go with your jeans better, or maybe a little pair of trainers that would match you much better than the flip flops. A sheepdog is after going flying past me. I don't know if you call them sheepdogs. Black and white um lads. Well, I don't know what they're called there, but they're called sheepdogs because they round up the sheep and they round up the cattle here. So one of them is after flying past me. Excuse me. Oh my god, what is wrong with my chest? What was Yeah, I know Dexcom. I'm over my limit and I had a latte, leave me alone. Um there's really nobody on this plane with me at all tonight. Really weird. I actually feel alone, if that makes sense. Hounds. That sounds like they'd kill the sheep and the cows. I'll have to look that up because that can't be right. That sounds like foxes and stuff. Um, what do they? Oh, okay. Um, I'd love to have got into that whole speech today about the clones. There's so much more to know about the clones of people and how they make the clones and how they're produced and why they glitch and all that sort of stuff. Alice would have too much attitude for the cattle. The cattle would actually herd themselves if they seen her coming. They would say, "Lads, let's get together into the field. Alice is on her way." And Alice would be like, "Yeah, yeah, bitches. Yeah, yeah, do that now. I am the cat of the world. Just in you go. Good luck." Um, yeah, the um cloning. There is only I'll have a glass, a drink of water. There is only 5 times that you can clone an actual person. Um, it's because their body is in oh, talk about Kashapa Cooper on now as well. Um, the your body only can take 5 parts of the DNA before your body starts breaking down. There's only 5 times your DNA can be reproduced, and after that they make um with that they make the clone of the baby from start to finish. Um, so they clone your baby. They have now, Michelle, there's actually a completely different way that they're doing it now, and I will get back onto that now in a minute because that is kind of mind blowing. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. It was like, oh my god, and yes, it makes a hell of a lot of fucking sense. Sorry for swearing. Um, so 5 times it can take your DNA and clone it from baby to adulthood, um, where you will have your memory and you'll have all your bits and pieces. Then your body has decomposed so much that they can't use any more of the DNA, they can't reuse it anymore. Um, so then they make the body double, which is your body double. Same height. It's a robot. Same height, same everything. And you if you look it up, you will see um people like Trump and everybody. The back of the head screws off and all the little wires are going from one side to the other. So they're actually cloned, but they're they're robots of the person. That I'm sorry, that I don't know if you can hear that. That is my Dexcom. Oh God, where am I? Dexcom is your it's my it's attached to my stomach. It tells me what my diabetes blood sugars are, and they're high because I had a latte. So if you hear beep 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 beep, don't worry about it. I'm just high blood sugar. So they make um the robot of the person, and they can make the robot do whatever, say whatever, um act however they want to act, and the whole lot. That's number 2 thing that they do. Number 3 thing that they do, and they did this at a very high profile case, not Johnny Depp, don't get me wrong, it wasn't that high profile, but it was a very big case and they had it all green screen. And you could see the feet were disappearing into the carpet, and people who were wearing a weird color, you could see through their ties and stuff. And I'm like, that's a green screen. And then people went to the courthouse to film the fact that the person got away with everything, and there was like 5 people at the courthouse. And I'm like, yeah, because it was a green screen, it was in a studio, it was not in the courthouse. So that's how they do it. Another thing, that's how to do something else. But the one thing that blew me away, yes, um, the one person that um has become weaker and weaker, and you could see him becoming weaker and weaker with each clone that was made of him, was Michael Jackson. Um, they weren't getting his face right. They weren't getting his because they made more than 5 clones of him. It was him that they made all the clones of. There was so many clones of Michael Jackson, it was unreal. Like, so they were becoming um less and less. I wonder, would you say the word potent, but less and less ability to do what Michael Jackson could do and whatever. So he is one. All right. So yeah, yeah. Our Alice always has sassy cat things to do. If they clone you, does the clone have your memories? Yes. The first clones that they make of you, they do attach you to um most of your memories. Um and that's why some of the glitching happens, because not all of your memories have been put into your body. So if somebody asks you a question that you don't know, you'll start glitching out like Hillary Clinton, and you'll be going like a mad woman. Um but most of your memories, the important ones, will be put into you, will be recorded into you. When they make the robot model of you, they will definitely make you up with all of your memories, and you will be you. Um, and if you do glitch out, all they do is screw open the back of your head, and they'll tweak like the engine of a car. They'll tweak a few wires here or there, and then they'll reattach the back of your head. Now, I'm definitely going to get on to the really weird one that I've only learned in the last couple of hold on a minute. Sorry, I had to cough. I've only learned about it in the last couple of weeks, so that's how new it is, and that's how new it has been declassed. It's Disney, right? So Disney was finding the likes of Britney and the likes of Christina and the likes of Justin, even though Justin Timberlake didn't really do them an awful lot of harm. He did do a bit of harm. And then there was the Corey Hames and the Corey Feldmans of the world. And I'd love to do the Corey Haim case, because I grew up in the era of having a major crush on Corey Feldman. Oh, even now, though he looks like a Madame Tussauds waxwork figure, he's still like, oh, Corey Feldman, you are so cute. Um, so I'd love to do a crime case on what happened in the nightclub that night. Um, of course, I think it was murder. Of course, other people think it was an overdose. So a bit like Kurt Cobain, half of one, 50% of another. What was it? I think it was a murder. He knew too much and he was going to tell on Charlie Sheen. Anywho, getting back to my major story, I keep flipping off this story, and it's the best story I have. So, all of these Disney characters were causing Disney major problems, causing Hollywood major problems. So, Mr. Scientist of Disneyland, a doctor, decided what we should do is we should get ourselves a little test tube and we should get a part of a man that we like, which might be he's a good baseball player, and we'll take part of this man who's really good at college, and another man that he's really good. And anyway, they mixed it all up. This is like making a recipe. If anybody watches Nadir El Shami, it's probably one of his recipes. But they mixed up all of the genes that they would want in the gene pool. Now, the first of these gene pool people would have been Selena Gomez. They tried it with Miley Cyrus. I'll come back to that in a minute because that's quite interesting. But the first of the gene pool would have been who did I say now? Selena Gomez. And they took together all the female parts that they wanted and all the male parts that they wanted, and they made a baby from an ovum right through to where they needed it to go on the TV. You had a crush on Corey Haim. Both of you were girls. I was not going to fight with you. Corey Feldman was my dude. He could fight over Corey Haim all you wanted, but Feldman, my dude. Still my dude. I love you. You're still handsome. Love the hats. You're so cool. So they take all the whole lot of the stuff. They make the baby from the test tube, and they make the star for each program that they want. So it's not actually, yeah, it's a person, but it's not actually a person, if that makes sense, because from conception, it's MK Ultra to be abused in any way, to be treated in any way, to accept whatever um accept any treatment or abuse that it was going to get, because it was made from birth, if that makes sense. So that was something that blew my mind this week. It was like, oh my God. And I did notice that a lot of the newer, like in the last 10, 15 years, I'm trying to think of my kids' ages, it could be the last 20 years even, because High School Musical, a lot of them were Disney made babies. A lot of them didn't cause trouble in the way Miley Cyrus and all of those caused trouble. And none of them have turned out weird. And I say that in the nicest possible way. But the two girls, Mary Kate and Ashley, they ended up very strange girls. Because of the treatment they got, the sexual abuse and everything. Like, there was one child, and what was that program? Our House? Our House, I think it was, or something House anyway. Oh, girl, don't talk about rabbit holes, because if you want to go down a rabbit hole, we can go deep down rabbit holes. We can go so deep down rabbit holes that you will end up in one tunnel at one side of the world, and I will bring you through every tunnel, underground tunnel that ever was built, ever made by the Illuminati, and but I shouldn't have said that word, and by all of the people to the other side of the world, which there is actually a world outside this world, and ah, there's no coming out of it. Full House, that's the one. Full House, yeah, they turned out really weird. But there was only one child in Full House, and the twins, because of the law having only so many hours for children and babies to work, that they had to bring in twins or triplets or quads or whatever to split up the time between the children. I don't know, Jen. What do you think? Should she follow me in the little holes? I don't know. Even Jen does try and get away from me when I try and go down a hole. Um, who else? What else is there with the clones? Um, I think that's all that comes to mind for now. Like when I do, when I go online, hold on, I'll take another drink of water. When I go online, I just turn on the live button and I could talk for an hour usually, just about whatever. So there's no notes written in front of me, which is something I really should think about doing, because then I can keep the topic. But I don't like keeping the topic, because then I'm not me. I'm just like a recording. And I don't think I'd be good as a recording. I'd be very monotonous, and nobody would like to know what I'm saying. And they would say, "She is an idiot from Ireland. Go away, you big eat it." And that's not me, really. So, oh, Jen encourages me. me, me and Jen. Look, the group of us encourage each other a lot, and Jen does encourage me. Um, she does get a little bit, you know, when I tell her something and she disappears for a couple of hours. I don't know if I've made her faint. I don't know if I've killed her. I don't know if I've led her down another rabbit hole just to see if there's anything to catch up with me on. Um, I pray I haven't killed her, um, but I don't really know what I've done. But I will post into groups weird stuff, and yes, for Jen, and she will disappear. She disappeared for a day and a half last week, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god! I think I broke her. I definitely broke her this time. I don't even remember what that was." Oh, thank you, Michelle. I hope you have a great party with your little boy, and I'll see you on the next live. Um, yeah, you still didn't even tell me if I killed you, but obviously I didn't kill you because you came back, but you came back after a long time, and I was very, very worried. I was also very, very worried to say, Jenny, all right, in case you didn't reply to that, and then I'd be definitely worried. Actually, today I got a bad fright. Um, don't you know how Twitter comes up on your phone and you just get the first two lines of the notification? And it said 4-year-old girl killed in an accident in a caravan, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, don't say Sligo, don't say Sligo, don't say Sligo. And of course, I went into Twitter, and it was in Sligo, and oh, my heart stopped, absolutely stopped, even though I knew I was panicking that nothing was wrong. I still rang my granddaughter's mum because she's with her at the minute, and I was, where's such and such, and she's with her nanny, and I was like, oh my god, where are they? Where are they? Are they gone on holidays? Because granny, the other granny, brings her to Sligo, um, in camping by the beach, in caravan camping, on the beach in Sligo, picking out shells, picking up stones, and doing all that sort of stuff. And she said, no, she's at home in Nanny's house. She's actually, at the minute, she's petting her horses, so she's fine. But my heart stopped. My heart stopped as soon as I seen the Twitter, and it was a caravan accident and 4-year-old girl in Sligo. I was like, oh my god. And oh, it was very scary. I always forget to do that. Yes, Jen, give me a thumbs up, please, or all the things that you do. I keep forgetting to say that. Please like and subscribe, and give the thumbs up if you like what I'm saying. If you want me to shut up, just say shut up. No, don't say that. What else is there to talk about with the cloning? I think that's it, actually. Um, I know now what I think I gave you the fright with. It was the royal family people, and the fact that the royal family people, um from birth, they are taught music, acting, um different roles, different things, as Jen copies me saying, they do all of the things, all the things, all of the time, all the things. So they do be doing the acting, and they do be doing the singing, and they do be doing the playing music, and all of the things. Because that's really how we really talk in the Midlands. Yes, it was the Royals. So all the things came up in this video, and I was shook. I was shook to the foundation of my body. And if I was shook anymore, I would have just been rubble on the ground. So of course I had to share it with Jen. So I think the first one that came up was Prince. Prince who? Prince who? The one that's never around. So you have Andrew that's around too much. Charles is just, Philip is the father. Prince Edward. Edward. So it showed Prince Edward, and how all of the royal family are clones of all the other people. That's as much as I can say, because I think I might keep this for a next live. But they were showing Prince Edward, and how he can, how his makeup and his um prosthetics and everything can make him look like different people. And something that surprised me was, my God, yes, from that time till that time, he disappeared, because he was in and out of the spotlight the whole time until he married his wife. And even to today, he's still in and out of the spotlight. He'll go to weddings, he'll go to funerals, even though the Queen Elizabeth will never die. I don't think she's ever going to die. I think she's probably died about 84 times now, but she's never going to be actually announced dead. She's going to outlive us all. She's going to outlive all the people. So yeah, Elizabeth. She, where was I going with her? I don't know. But all the prosthetics and the different makeup and all different looks. And my God, it was him. You could, all the things are the best. It was shocking, but wasn't it really true looking like? It was really looked really real like. Like there was one or two that I was like, holy God. Um, one of them I'd say was Queen, which was kind of a bit psycho to kind of be queen when you're the son of a queen. But there was other ones that were weird. Then today I was looking that has me looking at other people now too. So I was looking at I'm a Guns N' Roses fan. Always have been. I've always been into heavy metal and rock. But I was looking at Axl Rose now, and holy God, but he looks horrendous. He looks scary. But back in the day, when he was good, look, I was always a Slash person. I always liked Slash. He was like awesomely cool to me. But back in the day, when W. Axl Rose was young, there was a bit of a Prince Philip to him, or Prince Edward to him too. There was a bit of a looky likey to a few people of him. And Andrew can play so many people. It's weird. Anyway, that's getting into a whole different side of cloning, that the royalty are playing other people in the world, and they're playing other people are playing royalty. And anyway, we'll stop there. Yeah, Axl. Axl was never it for me. It was always Slash. When they got back together there, I'm trying to think. I went to the concert in Dublin with Nigel. We were in the mosh pit, and he jumped down into the mosh pit, and he was kind of high fiving everybody, and I high fived him, and it was like, I wish it was Slash. But yeah, and then I went back to see them again when they were in Slane. They're quite good live, but I've heard better live. I just like Slash. He's just cool. Nikki Six. Do you know he's Irish? I'm trying to think of the guitarist. He's from Cork. Oh, what's his name? McLaughlin or McLaughlin. It's Mac anyway. Because when they came to play in McClooney, anyway, you'll know who he is. When they came to play in Ireland in Slane a few years ago, it was his birthday. So him and Slash came to Dublin a couple of days early, and they bought out a hotel for Slash's family and for yeah, but what's his Irish name? McClooney. It's something like that. And anyway, they bought out the hotel, and they had all his family there, and all Slash's family, and did a great 2 nights shindig before they went to play. Duff McCahan. That's it. That's the one. Duff. Yeah. And yeah, they had a great 2 nights partying in a hotel in Dublin, and both families were all invited, and Then they went to Slane Diane, of course. Duff McKagan. But then I think a lot of the artists that come over here from America have an absolute blast. I know when Pink came here the last time, I went to see her in Dublin. I went to see her in Dublin twice. Or did I go to see her in Dublin 3 times? I went to the same concert twice because it was so good. And I went to the same concert outdoors in Crow Park to see would it be any different. And it was, because she got into a big, huge hamster ball and she went around all the people and getting thrown around all over the place in the hamster ball. But yeah, they went down to, her and the husband went down to Wexford and got on the beach in Wexford with two what do you call those bikes? The bikes you go on sand dunes. Oh, it's great crack over here. You had to have mighty crack. Even if it was only to drink a few pints of Guinness and falling under the table, you'd have the crack. Is brilliant. What's wrong, Dunk?
You alright?
I'm grand.
Do you eat it?
No, thank you.
Eat that?
Huh?
Eat it.
YouTube.
Hi, YouTube people.
Son said, "How are you, YouTube people?" So how are you, Jen? How's everybody? Josh, what's the name of those 4-wheeler bikes that you get that you go on sand and
Dune buggies?
dune buggies? No.
Or fucking the quads?
Type
No, quads.
quads. Yeah, it probably was quads. Jen said hello, how are you?
Fucking sore.
He's sore. He has hypermobility, which I don't think I've told any of you that. So he kind of goes downstairs and all of his bones go click, 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 and he's like a pretzel by the time he gets down to the bottom of the stairs. Currently, his knee is popped out. I'll give him a slap west stick and it'll be grand. Yeah, quads. So they went up and down the beach in Wexford on quads. Her and the husband. Any other gossip and news? Don't think so. Think that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Jen, for telling everybody to hit the like button because I keep forgetting to do that. Follow me, share, do whatever you want. I'll try and get something more in what's the word for getting all together? Oh God, my words are slipping out of my head tonight. Structure. Some sort of a structure to something for the next night. I love you too, Jen. And thank you for saying it's a great live because that's a really good compliment coming from you because you are amazing. You are totes organized. I don't think I know what that word means. I don't have that word in my vocabulary. I think that's not in my vocabulary at all. But that's a really great compliment from you because you're the best liver I ever lived with. And I love you too. And we shall talk later. I hope to be awake for your live in a little while. But it is actually just about to hit midnight here. So I might have another coffee and stay awake. All right. So good night, everyone. And thanks for listening. And love you all. love all the new people. I will get to love all the new people. And when I meet different people. Oh, you might have to send me a link because I don't think I have. Is that criminality? I think I might have it. Like I have like 78,000 subscribed thingies. So not everything. Yeah, criminality. Yeah, do send it. Now, is there any way I can fix this? When I go into right, I'm going to go into the chat. I'll hit that link, but it won't let me talk on the link. I have to come back out, go back into YouTube, and then I'm allowed to talk. But I'm not allowed to talk through the link. I must have to log myself in through every link. That's a pain in the butt. Yeah. No, I can't be doing with that. It's just easier to go out and come back in when I find out. Because I didn't know that you were sending me the same link twice, 3 times yesterday and leaving me there. Evil. Evil. Evil! Just as well, I love evil people. Opening YouTube. Okay, I'll try that. All right, so good night and good luck. And I'll talk to you at 2 p.m. How can I say it really fancy? I shall talk to you at 2 a.m. Irish wonderful time. No, I will talk to you at 2 a.m. Ireland is amazeballs time. Yeah, that's what we call it from now on, because this Pacific time, and like we all have fancy times and we just have Greenwich Mean Time, which isn't even our country. We don't have our own time. That's not fair. But anyway, yes, good night. Love you. Mwah. Aaron Gabra time. Tá sé go ban. Gur maithagat agus slaat féin. Tá Aaron go maith. But will anybody understand it? Aaron Gabra time. Tá sé go maith. I love it. You love it. Nobody else will understand it. But who cares? And Shlán leat agus gur maithagat. And I shall talk to you soon, Jen Lou. And everybody else is here. Mwah, mwah, mwah.